Gotcha. How's it? Morning.
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Come on, let's do a little dance. Let's get some tunes up in here. Good morning. It's a Wednesday morning, midweek morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And good morning to you. Welcome to Expresso right here on S3. Lovely to hang out with you. And Zoe, good morning.
Oh, good morning. You know what, Ewan, I'm so excited for today because not only are we gearing up for the long Easter weekend,
Yes.
but I mean, we are making the most of the school holidays. You've got some special visitors here.
I do. My two gremlins are joining us on the show this morning. I mean, it's incredible. They haven't been here for so long, and everyone is just, oh my goodness, look how they've grown. They are yay high and yay high. It is crazy. Yeah, so they're going to get involved this morning. They're going to jump into Hopville. Hopefully we'll get them to spin the wheel as well, which is going to be fun. So I'm super proud of you.
Look at them.
They're so cute.
Oh,
hey, look at
enjoying
them.
the school holidays to the max. And I hope to see them in the kitchen because you love cooking, and I'm assuming your boys love cooking too. And today we are going food crazy. How about, you know, the pickle crazy? We're going to go through everything. I mean, traditionally it's pickled fish, but we're going to bring you pickled chicken recipes, pickled fish, as well as some homemade chakalaka. Oh,
what about prawns? Pickled, served with curried red onion and cabbage. I mean, you see where we're going with this. I mean, we are literally going pickle crazy. So what I want you to do, grab your pens and your papers and then head on over to our Expresso website, expressoshow.com, for the recipes and all the ingredients. And come on, let's get cooking. Let's get cooking together. Why not?
It's going to be a lot of fun. We can't wait to share all of this time with you up until 9 o'clock. But there's someone else in the team we need to say good morning to. Hey, G-Man.
Good morning, gang. Loving having the mini-me's around. So good to see Adrian again. Yes, we are here for the straight obs. We love you guys. So good to have you here ahead of Pickle Day. It is International Pickle Day. No, it's not really. But today we are going to understand why we pickle absolutely everything. Yes, in a moment we will get a deeper understanding of why pickled fish specifically. But I know every household has their take. So how do you do it? Let's settle the debate today, unequivocally. How do you like your pickled fish? Hot, cold, and why? It's pretty simple. 063-408-8863. Let us know. We'll get into the news first, and I'm going to touch on the sport.
Thank you very much, Graham. Let's start off your Wednesday morning looking at your news headlines, starting off with your national news. Sizable price cuts for diesel in April, with minor petrol price increases or decreases, depending on where you live, have been announced. At midnight last night, the wholesale prices of high sulfur diesel dropped by 74 cents per litre in inland areas and 81 cents at the coast. Low sulfur diesel decreased by 75 cents inland and 82 cents at the coast. Petrol prices are a mixed bag, with a 1 cent per litre decrease for 93 octane inland and 8 cents at the coast. The price of 95 octane petrol decreased by 5 cents at the coast, but increased by 2 cents inland. Then train services on the central line between Nyanga and Cape Town resumed yesterday after being suspended since 2019. Damage and theft of railway infrastructure had delayed the recovery of services, and COVID-19 also caused delays to the resumption of services. Newly appointed Minister of Transport Sindisiwe Chikunga says the extension of the Cape Town to Longwa service from Nyanga has been one of the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa's 2022-2023 financial year commitments, and its resumption of services marks a milestone in the full recovery of the central line. Then making international news headlines this morning, the Zimbabwean government says it has ordered an investigation into reports of gold smuggling and money laundering. Information Minister Monica Mutswanga says the authorities take allegations raised in a TV documentary series very seriously. She said that anyone involved in corruption and fraud would face the full wrath of the law. The TV documentary used undercover reporters to reveal what they say are criminal networks linked to a subsidiary of Zimbabwe's central bank smuggling gold to Dubai. Gold has become Zimbabwe's biggest export. Then former US President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony criminal charges of falsifying business records in the Manhattan Criminal Court in New York yesterday. Trump was arrested before he was arraigned in a historic and unprecedented court appearance in which the former president heard the charges against him for the first time. The 13-page statement of facts detail clearly how Trump allegedly committed crimes to be elected to the White House in 2016. He was released on bail and will appear again on December the 4th. And we end up with this story. The luxury cruise liner, the Queen Mary 2, has returned to KwaZulu-Natal shores. It left New York on 3rd of January. Its next stop will be Cape Town. The last time this giant of the high seas was in Durban was at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, which halted all cruises for some 15 months. The magnificent passenger liner was built in 2004 and is believed to be the second largest passenger ship in the world after the Symphony of the Seas. It was renovated in 2017, costing some 160 million rand. She's 347 meters in length, longer than 3 rugby fields. eThekwini Mayor Mxolisi Kwanda said that the arrival of the ship demonstrated that the tourism industry in Durban was bouncing back. While the COVID-19 pandemic negatively impacted the tourism sector, the sector is now slowly recovering, Kwanda said. A gift of a Zulu spear and shield from the city of Durban was given to the Queen Mary's captain, Andrew Hall. Love it. Love seeing our local tourism once again bouncing back on a large scale. And with that, we leave your news headlines. We'll be back at 7 with another round. Now, it's a first look at your sport with Graham.
A point is all they got. Let's start with football. Last night, Chelsea and Liverpool playing out to a 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge. And boy, could they have both used the full 3 points. So the hosts had 2 goals disallowed in the game, with Reece James and Kai Havertz both having goals VAR'd out. Then managerless Leicester City's their relegation worries deepened as a very much in-form Aston Villa secured a dramatic late win at the King Power Stadium. Ollie Watkins doing what he's done all season, scoring first for Villa before Harvey Barnes equalised, only for Bertrand Traore to curl in Villa's 87th minute winner beautifully there. And Leeds, they secured a huge victory in their quest to remain in the Premier League as goals from Jack Harrison and Luis Sinisterra saw them come from behind to beat relegation rivals Nottingham Forest and move out of the bottom 3, momentarily at least. Then at the top of the pile back home, let's turn to Mamelodi Sundowns now. They were held to a 0-0 draw by Cape Town City in their first league match since being crowned champions over the weekend. Sundowns dominated the match with 18 shots at goal and 67% of the possession, pretty much the story of their season, but they were unable to unpick that lock and find the back of the net despite City being reduced to 10 men at a point. Meanwhile, AmaZulu president Sandile Zungu announced changes to the club's head coaching role, with assistant coach Ayanda Dlamini appointed interim head coach. And at the same time, Romain Foltz has been redeployed to the technical director role, advising the president on the technical aspects of the game. Then on to cricket on the international field. At the moment, David Miller's emphatic unbeaten 31 from just 16 balls led the Gujarat Titans to a 6-wicket victory against the Delhi Capitals in the IPL. So chasing a modest 163 for victory, Miller and Sai Sudharsan, who was not out on 62, made light work of a potentially tricky situation. They were one stage 107 for 4 to go on to win the match with 11 balls to spare. Rashid Khan earlier claiming 3 wickets, and fast bowlers Mohammad Shami and Antigua and Alzari Joseph, an early brace there. Each for both of the bowlers, in fact, helped to restrict the Capitals to a below par 162 for 8. Then on to tennis. Not the best news ahead of the next Grand Slam. Rafa Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz withdrew yesterday from the Monte Carlo Masters, raising questions over their fitness ahead of next month's French Open. So Nadal said he was hoping to return soon from his hip flexor injury that he sustained in the Australian Open back in January this year. The 23-time Grand Slam champion has now won the tournament a record 11 times. And his young Spanish compatriot, an incumbent many think, Alcaraz pulled out because of a hand and back issue, with Novak Djokovic now set to be the main draw card for the competition. Well, that's where we leave our sport for this hour. It is a brand new day ahead of almost ahead of a long weekend, so I'm sure you're caring a lot more about the weather. Let's see what today's temperatures have in store.
Thank you, Graham. And we start with quite an amazing item of weather news from New York. An incredible display of lightning grabbed the attention of onlookers in the Big Apple recently. A series of lightning strikes spidered across the New York City skyline on the evening of the 1st of April. Some stretched from the One World Trade Center into the clouds above in a dazzling display. And the upside-down lightning was no April Fool's joke. Flashes like these ones are seen and called ground-to-cloud lightning strikes and often originate at the top of man-made buildings, says AccuWeather senior weather editor Jesse Farrell. However, this wasn't the skyscraper's first encounter with lightning either. Between 2015 and 2020, lightning struck the One World Trade Center 189 times. Now, the 542-meter tall Trade Center was built in place of the two World Trade Center skyscrapers that were destroyed during terrorist attacks on September 11th in 2001. Well, that was your international news. We now bring it back home, and we start off with those sunrise views heading over to KZN. Megan from Amanzimtoti sent in a super early photo looking out at the red hues in the distance. Maureen in Durbanville standing on her balcony enjoying these incredible views. Thank you for sharing that with us and enjoy that hot cup of coffee. Sergio from Riverside Farm showcased this perfect moment from fields to the skies. We absolutely love it. And last up, we have Shane in Nigel standing outside, looking up and embracing this fabulous view, watching the sun rise up. Well, if you have a beautiful sunrise view to share with us, let us know. Include your location. Our number is 063 408 8863. But let's get into today's temperatures. Polokwane, your low is 10, your high 23. If you're in Mbombela, 14 is your low, 26 your high. Pretoria, 13, 24. Johannesburg, 11, 23. Mahikeng, 13, 26. Klerksdorp, 11 with a high of 27. Kimberley, sunny with a low of 11, a high of 28. Bloemfontein, 7, 26. Richards Bay, 17, 26. Pietermaritzburg, 11 with a high of 24. If you're in Durban, 18 is your low, 25 your high. Mthatha, 11, 26. East London, 16, 26. Cradock, 9 with a high of 30. If you're in Gqeberha, your low is 15, your high 25. George, 16, 26. Cape Town, 16, 26. If you're in Worcester, 16 is your low, 34 your high. Sutherland, 12, 28. And Uppington, 13 with a high of 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
And there we have it. Your Wednesday morning is now officially underway. And what a day we are going to be celebrating this morning. We're looking forward to a long weekend. It's Easter. Everything pickled this morning, from pickled fish, chicken. We have even pickled prawns. That's on the recipe. Chef Clem is going to come through. I think we're going to call him the Pickle King this morning. Why not? Why not? Stick around with us, grab your pens and paper, and get your recipes. It's going to be amazing. Also, it's going to be fun and games. We have competitions. We have my boys on studio this morning, so we're going to have an absolute jaw. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Stick around with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll see you right after these.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And it's feeling pretty good this morning. Thank you, guys. Something that's confused me since I've moved down to Cape Town is the love affair with pickled fish. And understanding, yeah, completely. I think a lot of people come at it from a completely different angle. So we thought we'd delve a little deeper this morning and try to understand it better from ourselves. And obviously there is a very powerful religious underpinning. So in so many ways, to honor life, death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ during this week, otherwise known as Holy Week, which commemorates Palm Sunday and then Jesus Christ's entry into Jerusalem, the Last Supper, and it all culminates on his crucifixion on Good Friday. That's as much as we could simplify the Easter flow, and the food we eat is obviously a big part of how we go through that process in this religion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, we know what's on the menu this Easter. When it comes to preparing and eating pickled fish on Good Friday, it is an age-old tradition for many South Africans. It's a dish that has become synonymous with Cape Town, with so many variations, usually served with hot cross buns, which is, of course, a favorite on its own.
Yeah, that's how I was actually introduced to it. And my brain struggled to understand the combination of.
Yeah.
But once you get it,
it's quite a bomb of flavors if you think about it, with the pickled fish and the hot cross bun. But I mean, many prepare the dish using recipes passed down generation to generation. You know, so I don't know, what's the experience? I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit out of my depth here because I never really got introduced to pickled fish as a youngster. You know, it was. We never really, you know, growing up in the north, far from the oceans, you know, we really didn't get into that tradition of pickled fish. But I will say that recently, fairly recently, I've had cold pickled fish with some fresh greens, and it literally blew my mind.
It is lovely.
It was amazing.
It's a flavor bazooka.
It is. Well, my mom's got a recipe that everyone loves, so she always makes and distributes to her friends. But yeah, I know my dad's really looking forward to pickled fish.
Have you learned how to do it yet? Is that something that gets handed over at a particular
Maybe now
point?
is the perfect time to have the disclaimer that unfortunately the pickled fish bus missed me. I always
you've got a
prefer the hot cross
responsibility now.
buns. Pickled fish has just never been, even as a child, unfortunately, it's not something I got to like. But I'm looking forward to today's recipes because we are going to be doing pickled other things.
We're going to do everything, but there is an understanding beneath it, and I think that's the most important line to connect to here. Yeah. So however you do it, whether it expresses your familial culture or your religion, it is a special time to express that right now. And it is something that is very uniquely South African, and I love that. So I'm going to take ownership of that. It's a great example of us putting our own thumbprint on traditional holidays, which is a very South African thing to do. So whatever you feel your dietary choices are, because I know a lot of people can't actually have fish, they might even be allergic to it, we are wishing you and your family a blessed Easter with so many celebrations. However your culture plays out through that, make sure that you've got your family around you and you savor every second.
Good morning, South Africa. It's Wednesday. You heard the jingle. That must mean it's time to do your taxes. No, it's a calorie hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. And as our amazing presenters have already said, we're talking everything pickled this morning. And I've got someone in the kitchen who's quite spicy. He's not pickled, but he's got all that flair, all that vibe. It is Sebastian Newman.
Thanks for having me, man.
Not just an amazing content producer, but he's also a trained chef and chef instructor. Am I right?
What is it?
He tells people how to cook properly. He is the teacher. So I'm bringing him in the kitchen this morning. We also are taking on a challenge this morning. We're offering dishes to people, creating amazing Easter experiences for those also that don't enjoy fish or can't eat fish. We're pickling things this morning. And one of those people is our very loyal viewer, Lauren Oliver, who actually can't eat fish. And I'm pretty sure we've got a voice note from her. So before we get into that voice note, let me just tell you, if you want to have your say on the show this morning, we've got that magic WhatsApp number, and it's 063-408-8863. Send us your voice notes. We want to hear everything pickled fish related. Sebastian, the instructor, the man himself, is in the kitchen and will answer all your questions this morning. Maybe some questions not even about food, maybe about his personal life. If you want to know, send those voice notes. But let's listen to Lauren's voice note first.
So the story behind the
pickled chicken is that a few years ago I found out I was allergic to seafood and shellfish. So in order for me not to miss out on the whole pickled fish thing during Easter, my mom decided to take chicken breast and do exactly the same that you do to the fish and pickle it as well. And since then, we've been making the pickled chicken for myself, and I've been eating it every single year as a substitute for pickled fish. The way we eat it is at room temperature. We don't heat it up. So it's room temperature, and we dip the homemade hot cross buns in the sauce.
Can we just talk about moms coming through for the save?
Listen, but also not just people that can't have fish, but also people like me that don't like pickled fish.
I get you.
general.
I get you. I'm obsessed with pickled fish. I really am. But my sister as well. She's not a big pickled fish fan, so I have to make pickled prawns for her every year. So let's talk about this recipe. Also, by the way, Lauren is like, I mean, I'm sorry, when it comes to viewers, she gets like top tier golden status viewer because Lauren's mom, Bernadette Redding, actually made, walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Lauren's mom made this for us. This is her actual dish. And these are the hot cross buns that
Homemade.
her mom made. Half with fruit, with the raisins, half without.
I'm here for Auntie Buns.
Bernadette Redding. Let's do this. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get some more onions coming through now. I'm gonna get the team to bring me some onions. In the meantime, let's talk about the chicken. Obviously, Auntie Bernadette used chicken breast, which I think is great because that's an amazing way to get the food done. It cooks really quickly. But breast is also pretty great because they do absorb a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna ask you to chunk it up. As you see, Auntie Bernadette butterflied it for us, but make it your own, Bass. So let's talk about the pickling liquid. In here, I've got a pot, and this is, I like making my pickling liquid a few days before the time. I know that you don't really partake in the pickled fish, but at home, whoever does make the pickled fish, when do they start the process?
I actually went to visit my parents yesterday, and they were busy with their pickled fish. I don't know if that's a bit too late, but I think 3-4 days is usually...
fine.
I'm gonna go just half chunks like this. But they love it, and they make it like any time of the year. It's like, if they feel like having it, my dad and his brother are like obsessed with seafood as well. So sorry that Lauren can't eat seafood. She's missing out on life. But like, they are obsessed with seafood. So whenever they feel like a little bit of pickled fish, then they make some.
I agree, like you shouldn't limit your pickled fish experience to once a year. I've been having the Willie's pickled fish for lunch and dinner this whole entire week. The whole entire, just because I'm craving it. And I know I'm gonna have my full on Friday, but I just love the flavor, I love the texture. Like that, when you make it, if your house does not smell like pickled fish, I'm like, you gotta start again. And it's gotta like seep into the walls. You know, your neighbors have to know.
But that's what I want to say, which is quite weird. And people are going to come for me and be like, you don't like pickled fish. But I really like the sauce.
The sauce.
So I think for me, it's the fish, like the mushy fish that lays in that sauce for like days. No, I'm not sure
No,
for that.
and that's exactly what we're playing on. So a lot of people are really big fans of the sauce, and that's why we are pickling different things. So the same method you use with fish, which is just braiding it and frying it, you can do with prawns, you can do it with chicken, you can do it with almost, well, I think vegetables, I mean, yeah. You can do it with a lot of things, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I suggest people do that. Instead of saying, no, hands up, I'm not gonna have pickled fish at all, get creative.
Find an alternative.
Exactly. I'm gonna shout to the food team because you can't make pickled anything without onions. So we're gonna get those onions. Let me tell you what I've got into the pot in the meantime. I've got brown vinegar. I mean, that's where you start, brown vinegar. And then we've got sugar because it's the balance between the sour and the sweet. Brown sugar goes in, and then I've got the spice mix. You can either make your own, but what's amazing, you can now actually buy the pickling spice mix, which I suggest to. Just do that, especially if you're new to the game. Use that, get that in there.
And convenience is key, always. Me, I keep saying it every time I come here. I'm lazy, man. So convenience for me is key.
Absolutely. So once this comes to a simmer, that's when I drop my onions in. I find if I add my onions too soon, they kind of lose a bit of texture and they go a little soft. I like adding it in now so we can actually still keep a bit of that crunch. So once it comes to a simmer, get your onions in. Bass, you can
What
start.
am I doing for you? Am I adding all of this spice here?
Yeah, so what we've got, and that's a bit of paprika, a little bit of chili that's in there, salt, pepper, give that a mix. Don't have to fry it really hard all the way to cook it through, because remember, it's gonna cook a little longer inside the actual pickle liquid. Come inside, bring us our onions. So the onions, of course, what you wanna do is you wanna slice them. Thank you, Lucian. Lucian, you found a pickled fish? That's a yes. Okay, so when you slice your onions, try and keep some thickness to it so it holds its shape a bit and doesn't just disintegrate into nothing. So what's that, like half a centimeter? Half a centimeter to a centimeter. I do like my onions quite like thick.
So you don't fry off your onions first,
No.
you just pop it in just like that?
Just like that. Frying it will make it too soft, too brown. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up now, Basma, very quickly.
Cool.
What can we expect at your house this Easter Friday, this Good Friday?
Listen, Good Friday. So what we also did was, because me and my sisters never really liked pickled fish, so what my dad always used to do is make us like a seafood pasta or something like that, just so that we're still sticking to the tradition of seafood on Good Friday. But there'll definitely be hot cross buns, there'll definitely be pickled fish. My family celebrates everything with food, so there'll just be food.
Food. And South Africa, if you want more food, make sure that you stay on your TV for the second part of the Culinary Outline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Got that vinegar in my sinuses. Ah.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. And I feel like if you work for the show, it's pretty much impossible to maintain a healthy diet because it's Easter time and I'm pretty sure we've all eaten our entire weight in sweet treats. But when it comes to those iconic chocolate marshmallow eggs, we just had to ask our crew what their favorites were.
Yep, because we are experts, okay? With the amount that we have taken in over the last 2 weeks, we know our mellows and we love them. And the answers were as varied, creative, and delightful as the flavors of the mellows themselves. Let's take a look. I love Easter so much because, yes, you get to indulge. And I'm not a sweet tooth, but this is one day of the year where all of my teeth become very, very sweet. But now Easter's about my kids.
My favorite thing about Easter is just coming together with family over that time. And it's just a really good vibe, really good atmosphere.
I'll say it straight. The chocolates, I am here for it. Give me all the eggs, give me all the mellows, give me every single chocolate. It's the only excuse I have to indulge.
What I love about Easter is family time and the food and desserts.
Because of our busy lifestyles, we don't have time to see them, to hang out with them. But with Easter, you know that it's time to see the family and have the best feast ever.
Growing up eating vegan Easter eggs as a child, first thing that comes to mind is a chocolate marshmallow. And those are the first Easter eggs that you actually go for.
Everyone has this box in their house over Easter. It's iconic.
I love mellows. They literally are like a nostalgic memory for me. I'm very old school when I eat it, and I have this like trick to kind of make the mellow last, and I savor every piece of flavor. And then I sometimes, if I can't resist anymore, I shove that straight in my mouth, or I try and then take the like sort of orangey piece inside with the yolky part out of that as well. So yeah, I'm crazy, but I savor the moment.
I do have a favorite way of eating mallows, and that's with zero restraint or conscience and eating as many as you possibly can. There's just something about them because they are so easy to open, first of all. I mean, it's just, and it's open.
I eat the chocolate, so I turn the marshmallow around, and then I take the hard part at the bottom, I take that off, and I start eating that because that's the thickest part of the chocolate. So I take two, squish it together like a bun, so it looks like a hard cross bun, and then just take a big bite of it, and then like a little lunchtime snack, you know what I mean?
Definitely popping them into the freezer and then leaving them there for a few hours. And once they are cold, taking them out of the wrapper and peeling the chocolate off, eating that by itself, and then you go for the mallow part.
Bite all the chocolate off. Like, you know, I'm in the bed, used to hide in the bedroom. And then boom, 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 slowly but slowly, you eat it all off because it lasts longer and it tastes nice. And then boom, that's the way I used to eat it.
I'm so excited! Wow, it's cold! Yes. The freezing is so important because when you take it out, the chocolate is like it's been tempered, like it's ready to just crack. It makes it so delicious to eat.
Ta-da!
It fits into your mouth so perfectly.
Put it on a biscuit, pop it into the microwave for a few seconds, and then close it with another biscuit, and I turn it into a s'more. You get marshmallow, you get chocolate, and you get that crunchiness all in one.
And my favorite way of eating beacon mallow eggs is to top it off as decoration from a mug cake. Put it in your microwave 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Once it comes out and it's steaming hot, you just take your mallow and put it on top and wait for it to melt.
I have not tried the whoopie marshmallow or custard marshmallow flavors. Do you have testers?
Look what I've got here. These are so cool. So the custard, I can't wait to dive into because I'm a massive fan of custard. So let's try it out. Okay, there's definitely custard in there. Oh, that is nice. Well played.
That actually tastes like custard. Surprise, wow. That was good.
I think you've got to make desserts out of these. Wow, that's special.
Very yellow.
Oh, I feel like I need to melt this and put it over some malva pudding. This is good.
So apparently there's a new flavor on the market called the whoopie flavor. I haven't tried it, and I'm excited to actually. And I've got one right here. So I'm gonna go for it. Let's see how this goes. First thing that comes to mind is vanilla and strawberry ice cream. Wow.
That's strawberry. Whoa, okay. All right, I might just have a new favorite.
It's good. Strawberry is not usually my vibe, but I like the little bit of coconut on the top. Yes, that's so good.
The coconut makes all the difference, eh?
So I'm thinking Easter Monday, movie morning, movie day with the family, with my whoopie mellow and popcorn.
Nice. I think the coconut gives it a little bit of like, you know, aesthetic. So that's what I like about it.
My favorite is definitely the strawberry. I think I'm gonna get a box of these after the show. I'm still a traditionalist. Plain is at the top, but the whoopie is at number 2, and the custard is at number 3.
Man, it's tough to choose, but I'm for the whoopie flavor. This one's good. I like the added coconut coming through at the end. This is a winner.
At this current moment, my favorite mellow is the custard flavor. You will see that the name custard is on there. Try it, it's amazing, it will change your life.
I'm going to eat another 12 and see if I'm still standing. No, it's difficult. I think what I like the most about this, you can just kind of continuously eat throughout Easter without feeling too guilty. You take one of those big eggs, you feel guilty already. These, it's tiny, man. Just to fill a little hole, or 2, or 3, or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10. I didn't eat them all, I promise, okay? Thanks.
You stole the whole box.
I might have actually eaten some of the packaging that day because I love this so much. You don't understand. I wasn't joking when I said 2 of the days last week, I actually only ate chocolate mallow eggs. You can survive on them. I've proven it. You can live off them.
Graham?
They are delicious. But the custard, I think, is actually the favorite for me.
I like this one.
I know, it's beautiful. And there will be more. They will flow. Don't worry, Dom, we got one for you too, boy.
While you're enjoying that, we've got some social media comments about, we asked you, how do you eat your mellows? And for us, I think it was quite interesting to see how our crew members enjoy it. So let's kick it off with Shahida saying, good morning, Expresso team. I don't do sweet things anymore, but I teach the grandkids. You first eat the chocolate off the marshmallow halfway, then you eat the mellow. That's how we ate it as children. Lots of fun. Go with it because your hands is not supposed to be sticky. There you go.
It's quite an operation to get right. But I think following in Ryle's footsteps, definitely, that was his modus operandi. I love that. Gillian McKenzie, amazing, just love it, wow, wow. As you can see, we feel very much the same way. How do you take your mallows? Let us know. Are you frozen? Is it inside a cake, inside the microwave?
Do you make it a small?
Oh, that was a really good idea.
That's my favorite.
Inspire us this morning. 0634068863, right?
Something like that.
Something like
on your
that.
Screen right now.
If you've just received a photo of Easter eggs, I'm so sorry. We'll connect with you in just a moment.
There's no sweeter way to enjoy Easter than with homemade treats.
I love it, Graham. I see that mallow is pulling a move on you, my friend. Really enjoying it. All right, it's time to spin and win with Beacon and Golden Cloud. But first, what's the Easter Bunny's favorite kind of music? Hip hop. Oh, come on, come on. Yes, I know. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, it is time for our next round of the Beacon and Golden Cloud Spin and Win competition. Now, today, the final 3 lucky viewers stand the chance to spin and win up to 10,000 Rand, and we're excited to announce our very first winner for the day. So, big congratulations to Mokhlomi Koho. Now, the Mokhlomi replied to the competition post about where the Golden Cloud and Beacon combo was with, and she said inside the pot plant next to the spinning wheel at Golden Cloud SA, at Mallows, at Beacon Treats, hashtag let the hunt begin. And we have Mokhlomi on the line. Good morning, Mokhlomi.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm super excited. And you?
Yes, man, I'm super excited for you. I know this is going to go well for you. So this is how it works. All you need to do, Mokhlomi, is say the magic word spin and the wheel will spin. And then let's see what happens. But what I'm also going to do, I'm going to call my little assistant in here this morning. Dominic, join me and stand there. Give Mokhlomi a nice big wave there. All right, Mokhlomi. Yay, okay. So, Mokhlomi, Dominic is going to spin the wheel for us, and all you need to say is spin. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. When you're ready, I want that magic word, my friend. All right. Come on, I need to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Say it. Spin.
Spin.
Spin that way. Yes. That's a good spin. That's a good spin. Let's see. Where is it going to land? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's going to stop at number 1. Mokhlomi, you have won yourself
10,000 Rand!
Mokhlomi!
Yes, sir.
Good spin, dude. Good spin. How are you feeling, Mokhlomi?
Yeah.
10,000 Rand.
Wow. I'm so happy. My success that.
How's that to wake up first thing in the morning, huh?
Yeah, indeed.
Ah, my friend. Congratulations. 10,000 Rand is yours. I got to ask you, do you have any plans? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, I'm going to do a driving license. I'm going to do a driving license with it.
Yes, man. I like that. I like that. And the long weekend is here. Do you have plans?
Yeah, I've got plans for this weekend. I'm going to go to church, this weekend. I'm going to church for Easter service.
Fantastic. Mokhlomi, congratulations. Thank you for being part of our Expresso family. We absolutely love you. And once again, congratulations. 10,000 Rand is making its way to you, my friend.
Thank you so much, man. Glory be to God. Thank you so much, Expresso. Love you all, definitely.
Oh, man. Dude, Dominic, how did that feel? Spinning that wheel, giving away 10,000 Rand. He's stunned completely. Listen, don't go anywhere because 2 more lucky viewers stand the chance to spin and win. And who knows, we could be calling you next.
There's no sweeter way to enjoy Easter than with homemade treats.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. It is a wonderful Wednesday as we gear up for an epic long weekend. But for now, welcome to Hopville, the home of all things Easter. From decorating kits that will keep those little hands busy to delicious chocolate eggs for the Easter hunt. Hopville is filled with Easter favorites for every bunny. And over the music block, I mean, Chef Clem, well, not Chef Clem is here, see him later on there, but my 2 boys are joining us this morning as well, Kian and Dominic, who are ready to hop their way to the Hopville Golden Egg of Victory.
Because their dad has won. How dare I interrupt?
You gotta wait for that, my friend.
We've got to do that again.
We gotta
Sorry.
do that again. Okay, let's do it again. The Golden Egg of Victory. Okay.
My bad.
You should look into the distance when you hear that sound.
Just to find out where it's coming from. So the boys are here this morning because they heard that their dad has won absolutely every challenge in Hopville this year.
How many eggs do I have now?
You've got 4.
4 eggs.
4. So you can basically start your own little Hopville next year. So the boys want to have their chance at winning an egg. So we're going to do a hop challenge, okay? You're going to hop inside a pillowcase. You're going to go to one point and come all the way back. First person there wins an egg. But I've got to ask you, your name is Dominique, right?
Yes.
Have you watched Fast and the Furious?
Yes.
You know Dominique Toretto, right? Look into that camera and go, but in a deep voice, I live my life.
I live my life.
A quarter mile at a time.
A quarter mile at a time.
And then say family. Say family.
I don't have friends.
I don't have friends.
I only have family.
I only have family.
Oh! Okay, are you ready for this?
No.
You're not ready for this. Are you ready for this?
Who's gonna win?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you boys over. I'm gonna meet you there in a second. In the meantime, you can go over, get into your hopping bags. I'll meet you there. Run to Lucian all the way at the end.
Go for it.
So tell me the truth, the boys, right? They seem very competitive.
Dude, the 2 of them are so competitive. They really are. It's very hard for me to kind of think or foresee who's gonna win this challenge.
I wonder where they get that from.
Well, you know what, can we say this? Whoever wins,
yes,
I still win the egg.
Still wins the egg.
Because come on, keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. Okay, so the egg is already on the podium.
Yeah.
Okay, the boys are looking like they're getting ready. They're getting into their bags. They're getting comfortable. Because first of all, kind of get the posture ready. Once you're in, then you know you're good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you.
I haven't done this type of race in a while.
Okay, I think I should go. You wanna go and meet the boys? No, you stay here. I'll go first.
I'll stay here. You run.
Okay, I'm doing this.
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
this is going to be so much fun. A good old bag race. I mean, when last? They're busy practicing at the moment. As we can see, it is going down. But all right, Clem, are you ready, my friend?
Okay, so let's do this. Boys, are you ready? You got this, kid. What I need you to do, right? You see that podium over there with the golden egg? That one right over there. Okay, you're gonna hop to that podium, okay? Make a U-turn and come back. There are rules, though.
You have to go around it.
No, that sounds dangerous. Okay, no pushing, no biting, no scratching, no poking in the eyes, no tripping. Dominic was like, oh, man. Okay, cool. So are you ready for this? When I say go. 1, 2, 3, go! And they're hopping, big strategies. Whoa, we have an injury, we have an injury. He's back. We have a winner. Back. We had a bit of a slippage on the one side. So you know what? You both win a magical golden egg of hop. They just started dancing, so give me a second. I'm gonna get the egg.
That must hurt.
Ow, that did hurt. It's so slippery.
Ewan has said that he wants this egg himself because he wants 5 eggs. I'm gonna make sure both of you get an egg. Are you gonna be sharing with mom and dad?
No.
Hey, he earned it. He worked for it. Dominic, Kian, thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure you both get eggs. You both have been amazing sports. Dominic, you've given someone 10,000 rand of your own pocket money. I think that's amazing. And
I don't even have.
He doesn't have that much
well,
money.
you know, we have amazing finance segments on the show. Be sure to tune into them and we can work out amazing installation plans for you. Well done. You both boys are absolutely amazing. Great sports. Do you want to do like a final victory lap hop?
Sure.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go again. Yes. And he's taking it. Now you're both winning. Thank you so much, boys. I'm going to send it right back over to your dad. Can you give your dad a little wave there in the camera?
I love it. Thank you, my boys. Oh, what treat, man. Well done. Another golden egg for the Stratham family. Just got to say it. I'll take it on board as well. Now, here's the thing. Are you looking for the perfect treat for the family? Make their day with pocket-friendly deliciousness at Woolies. Shop all your Easter treats in-store, online, and, of course, on Woolies Dash. Now, one lucky viewer stands the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Simply head on over to the Woolies competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and tell us what your favorite Easter game to play is. Don't forget to hashtag Woolies Easter. The competition closes tonight at midnight. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
A tune that funky deserves a funky dance. No, we're dancing because it's all about indulging in sweet treats over Easter. Yeah, just put your diet on hold just for a few days, okay? Just to cope mentally with how this is going to play out because we are going to tempt you, okay? Who says you have to spend hours in the kitchen, though, creating these delicious sweet treats? So before the break, we saw how our amazing crew and the rest of this team enjoyed our beacon mallows. Now we are showing you how to make a quick and simple homemade mug cake that will wow yourself. Never mind your loved ones. This is great for you.
Courtney was the one that loved the cake, the Mellows cake, mug cake.
The mallow mug cake, should we
And
call
we're going
it?
to start off with our dry ingredients. We are using our golden cloud flour. This is our cake flour. We're going to add some sugar, some cocoa powder, a bit of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. So there we go. We always like to add a little bit of salt with our baking. Just
It's
a
the activator. And I am, while you're doing that, just pre-preparing some chopped up chocolate. We've gone for our beacon milk chocolate. It is so heavenly. It's absolutely delicious.
And while you're chopping that, I'm going to go in with our wet ingredients. So we've got some milk. We have got some vanilla essence and a little bit of oil.
Easy peasy. And I think people have attempted a mug cake of some version and inevitably tried their own little spin on it, something different. And I think the mallow mug cake is the perfect way to do it.
And a mug cake, it goes so quickly. It's literally 2 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe 2.5 minutes in the microwave, and you are done.
It
So
won't
we're going
take
to add
that-
our chocolate
Yeah,
into our
look, it's quite
batter.
chunky. You could probably go a little less chunky, but I'm all for those little pockets
Gonna
of
melt.
delicious chocolatey joy. Mix that through.
It's going to melt.
And we are winning at life.
you
Look at
just
that.
have the challenge of now getting this delicious batter
How much are you wanting to eat this batter right now?
oh, so much. The challenge now is getting your batter into your mug. So I'll do that very carefully.
Yes, this is where a little bit of kind of A-type personality does help, okay? Don't want to waste any of it. But this
No.
is cute because you can kind of go bespoke. You can make a mug for each person without kind of going over the top. And I think around Easter time, you've indulged so much. To have big desserts is almost too much. This
And
is
what
something...
a great way to just play around. Maybe you don't
Yeah.
even have to use, you know, you can use the Easter eggs that you're going to be catching in the garden.
Exactly, and then everyone can kind of construct their own mug. If anyone wants to put in their own version of their Easter egg, I'm thinking, I wonder how one of the hen's eggs would work in this mix. Ooh,
Obviously, we
mama.
shared this, but I feel like that's better for one mug.
I don't know. Well, let's see if it's
Top
going
it
to
off
rise for
with
the
our
occasion.
mellows.
I'm going to go for the strawberry-flavoured mallow smothered in coconut because
Going
it's
for
just
the
awesome.
original. You just pop it on top because obviously as it gets into the microwave, it's going to melt, it's going to bubble over, and it's just going to be absolutely delicious. So
I'm
that
gonna
goes
pop
into
these
the
little puppies
microwave.
into the microwave. I love it. And obviously keep an eye. I think microwaves probably vary